Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of JellyBonez. First off, before we start off today, I wanted to say thanks to you guys for all of the views we've recently had, the big spike, and the number of subscribers we've gained. You guys are really awesome for that. Why the fuck are you clapping?
I forgot the mic would catch that. Oh well.
Whatever.
I'm so happy though, because I didn't actually expect it to be that much people.
Yeah, you guys are really awesome for that, and we really hope that we can continue to grow, so please share these videos, share them anywhere, like, comment. We really crave your comments, guys.
You guys made us went to like 75 subscribers up to like 115 in one day. I was like, whoa, holy fuck.
Yeah.
And we almost went to 1,000 views on the video I checked.
Yeah, you guys are really awesome for that, and we really just want to keep growing. Also, following us on our different social media, DeviantArt, Tumblr, Facebook, all that stuff, we would really appreciate it if you guys followed up with that and just shared JellyBonez, because we want to be able to grow and just become a fun place for people to come and talk about cartoons, because that's really what we are. Yeah. But anyway, I also feel that we should take this episode with a bit of a heavy heart, as this episode breaks from our norm to talk about something that we all love and cherish dearly that has finally come to an end.
My baby, I can't.
Gravity Falls. Yes, Gravity Falls, Weirdmageddon has just recently premiered, and although we're a little bit behind, we still want to give you guys a nice little moment to look back on the times of Gravity Falls and to kind of give our final closing thoughts on the series.
So much to talk about in such little time, because we have to do it less than 30 minutes.
Yeah, freaking YouTube. But for you guys, it's worth it.
I love you guys so much. I don't know why I'm so happy today. I drank a lot of energy drinks, so...
I don't think that's true happiness. So, without further ado, let's just jump right in, guys. So, one of the biggest things I think we all remember when it came to Gravity Falls was how worried we were about how long the show will go. But the second I think we heard that Gravity Falls was only going to be 2 seasons, I think we were all like silently holding our breaths for whenever this would happen, especially how the last episode of the series before the finale came, and just that big reveal of
Stan's brother.
Just that little, yeah, from everything, from, you know, how heavy this show is set on mysteries to revealing that the mysteries were still within the family, getting forward, and just the big reveal of the finale and how it all began was just...
You know how hard I shitted Fricks, though, for his brother being there? I, like, screamed. I almost fell off my chair. I think my mom walked in wondering what the hell me and my brother were, like, screaming about because she thought something bad happened. But no, I was not expecting the brother. I just thought the fans were just overanalyzing things. But there were, like, actually nice clues that could really do it, so...
I think I liked how Alex Hurst said that if you go back and rewatch the series now, you'll really understand who Stan Pines is and what everything was really happening. It's not one of those shows where it's just kind of happened and you're like, oh yeah, that's true, that meant that. It's no, you go back and rewatch it and you have a better understanding and feeling for the character.
I know, I love it so much. I just hate those shows that like make the fans write everything for them. So something like conveniently worked out and they would take credit for it, even though it wasn't supposed to be like that, nothing at all. I feel like Adventure Time does that so much, as much as it annoys the fuck out of me. But Alice and Rebecca, they know what they're doing. Always putting things in set.
The show was pretty heavily fan-driven in walkthrough. Like, it was pretty fan-driven, but these guys knew what they were doing. Especially at the beginning of Weirdmageddon, from when we get to see characters like minor characters who weren't one-offs, but rather completely every character had some portion, and having someone like Brendan Blandon come in and then play a part, and then everything just kind of started to fall apart but fall into place. Especially loving how once the world began to fall apart, every side character had something to say, but it was the smaller, less non-Pines people that actually had an important role. Like in the first part, Wendy, how she took charge for like the whole thing. It wasn't Dipper who had to man up. It was someone like Wendy who took charge and kind of fed back and forth. How it just kind of the interaction just really strengthened how strong these characters were.
As weird as it sounds, and I don't know, a lot of people don't like him, but I thought Robbie was going to be more in the season.
Yeah,
I was really
admit,
disappointed that I didn't see much of him.
Yeah, I kind of thought he was going to have a slightly bigger role too, but again, I mean, I'm not really complaining because not every character will get their time, but every character did get something, did get a little something.
Because, like, he was on the wheel, and I was really confused because, like, I thought that wheel was going to play something really major, but we still never got to see what the wheel would have done if Stan just held his hand and see it activate.
You see what happens when you don't hold a stranger's hand?
It's his brother. What do you mean stranger's hands?
They hadn't seen each other for over 30 years.
They had at least like 3 weeks with each other before the world was about to explode.
Whatever. All the thing was about that wheel, actually Alex didn't even have any plan for that wheel. Originally it was just kind of like a placeholder for Bill himself, but he said that fans made it out to be such a big thing that he kind of wanted it to have something, but he didn't want it to be a Deus Ex Machina God-solving device. He said that he wanted it to be that the characters had to solve the problem, not some external force.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah, I read an interview, and that honestly was one of the best things I had heard come out of his mouth, that these characters are what matter. It's about the characters and how they do things, not about what can be done for them. And especially in the ending of the first part of Weirdmageddon, how Gideon chooses to start redeeming himself and actually makes the decision rather than somehow they manage to get the key from him and manage to outwit him. They actually managed to convince him of his actual human half, despite him being completely, you know, seeming devoid of any human characteristics for a while, just completely losing his humanity.
Yeah, I like that. I was not expecting him to change sides and go against Bill. I thought he was just gonna get defeated and probably go back to jail again.
Yeah, and I appreciated it more that he actually found a reason to do it rather than being forced upon him or just you know what, I'm gonna do it. He did it because they convinced him, and he really did have a change of heart.
Yeah. I actually thought that Mabel was gonna give him a kiss. I don't know why, but it didn't happen.
I did appreciate that too, that they didn't like force that in there. That, you know, they still kept their own personal. You know, they didn't like force it because like, oh, this would be cute. No, it's like, you know, you don't need to force that. People need to
not
earn.
Like a kiss. It's like a thank you for saving me. Like a nice soft kiss on the cheek in the end. Yeah, nothing more to it.
Yeah, but I don't think it would have been that ezy. But then following into the next half, I mean, the first half was just kind of like, it seemed like it was going to be a whole post-apocalyptic fight for our lives ordeal, but in reality, right after that, the thing totally changed directions, giving us part 2 of Weirdmageddon with Mabel Land, and, you know...
That place was so pretty.
I'm not going to admit that it was, but it was.
It reminds me of the thingy in the episode when he went to the convenience store.
Oh, yes.
I forgot what the dog was saying backwards.
It was saying you can't trust Stan, or something like Stan's not who he says he is, or something like that. I loved Alex Hirsch for throwing in all those cryptic messages. Like, it was just like rewatching Futurama, which you seriously need to actually do sometime.
There's so many episodes, Ace. I am trying. I didn't even get to watch my One Punch Man yet.
Oh my god, you are the worst type of person in existence.
I'm sorry, I have things to do, like sleep.
Oh my god, that's an excuse. Anyway, yeah, I appreciated the fact that callbacks were constantly made and addressed. They weren't just made and left out for the series. And this whole episode, part 2 with Mabel Land, giving closure to the fact that, you know, they have their internal worries. Mabel is the most happy, eccentric, you know, positive person on the show, and she has her worries. It's not a matter of she's just happy because she's happy. She's happy, but she has her problems, and she manages to get through that. That's one of the biggest things about the show. The characters move and change.
Yeah, it's like her world was being a utopia, but it's like, it's hard to explain it. How, like, when it's too perfect, but in reality, it's, like, the worst thing ever.
it was her hiding place, you know? Sometimes I'm pretty sure everyone has their coping mechanism or their hiding place for whenever the world gets pretty tough. And for the fact that...
Denial.
Not just denial, just like, you know, what you do to kind of escape from when life gets too hard. You know, some people might throw themselves into their art or their music. Some people might, you know, find bad things. Some people might find good things to kind of cope when life really kicks you down hard. And I've really found it awesome that Mabel's coping with that also became the biggest obstacle for them to overcome to truly bring everything back to the normal.
You are so resourceful. I'm like barely saying things. Cause I can only mostly remember the movie. That's why I'm trying so hard to remember part 1 and 2 at the moment.
Well, I mean, come on. Well, okay, let's get back on track for actual things. Remember whenever Wendy and Dipper were kind of like contemplating on staying, like that whole little thing, like kind of showing Dipper finally getting over Wendy, and then she turns into a big pile of bugs.
I love that scene so much, but it was just so obvious that was not Wendy at all.
I know, it was so messed up in so many ways, but that was also a really good way to point out that I think that's when Dipper finally really got over Wendy.
Yeah, that was actually one of my favorite things that Alex did. How, like, in the beginning of the 2nd season, he immediately, like, tried not to drag his crush on Wendy for too long, because now, since this is his final season, he needs to get the real shit done and everything.
I think it also has a matter to do with, as a person, you know, if you ever kind of realize that that kind of thing's not going to happen, that you can't dwell on it forever. Like, I mean, look at Robbie. That was kind of his thing for a while, that he just couldn't get over Wendy, but then they managed to help him move on, although they kind of, like, put it together, but somehow, like, they kind of, like, forced them together, but yet it kind of worked anyway.
Yeah, but I expected Robbie to be in the mysteries with them, not in his room.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed.
I'm sure every dog will have his day at some point, but that's not today.
It will never be his day. Gravity Falls is over.
Well...
Yeah, my Robbie's gone. My edgelord is gone.
Edgelord?
My edgelord.
He was a weenie. He was a weenie in tight jeans. Phrasing.
Well, you can't deny Robbie was a pretty good character, though. I really did like him.
He definitely was one of those characters that had the potential that just didn't truly get seen. And I think that the way that all the main characters grew, I think that if the show did continue, we might have actually gotten to see some of that. But then again, they were all teenagers, so finding identity is kind of who they were. But in part 3, Alex did state that he wanted everyone to... They wouldn't have had the chance to actually give everyone final resolve. He said that he would have liked to, but if he really pushed for it, it would have been like another 30 minutes, which would have been okay in my book, but he said that due to network constraints, he couldn't.
Yeah, he's always has his hands tied up from Disney.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, Disney gave him so much leeway with this series.
Well, I doubt it was on the bat. He probably had to like pull a lot of strings and everything.
Actually, no. In the interview I saw of Alex Hirsch, he said that
How many interviews did you saw? Jesus Christ.
It was one long interview.
Oh.
But in the interview, he actually stated that he's like, I don't know if Disney will let me get away with this. And when he pitched it, he's like, they were like saying, actually, I think maybe we can like get you a little bit further. He's like, whoa, actually, he was surprised how much they would let him get away with.
For
but
the
there were
movie
some things,
or just in general?
like with the show, like there were some things that he was surprised that Disney let him get away with. But there were some things that he had planned for that they were like, no, that's a little too much, no. But there was so much that they let him get away with. I mean, hell, do you remember in that episode where that first Dipper and Pacifica episode with the mansion?
With the animals bleeding their eyes out?
Yes! How did that get in the show?
That's what I was asking too. So I was wondering, like, how does Alex manage to get that there? But, like, you can't even do the gay couple thing from last time. I was really confused by that, but I don't know.
It was a lot to do with the current situation at the time being. Like, now, I'm sure it would be a little easier, but it wouldn't be as easy to get there. But the blood and stuff, I guess because of how kids are nowadays with violence, it's not as bad. But either way, either way, I can say that Alex Hirsch was definitely revolutionary with this show. This show was definitely revolutionary not only for Disney but for mainstream animation.
Yeah, I love him.
Yeah. I think the last thing we should probably start focusing on is part 3 of Weirdmageddon, which definitely had to be...
We didn't even talk about Dippy Fresh. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, okay, yeah. We how could I forget about freaking Dippy Fresh?
Yes, the best character in Gravity Falls history.
Well, I mean...
Nope, the best.
What about, you know, what... Shit.
Exactly. He is the best character.
I actually do remember seeing this really funny comic on Tumblr that like they're like, okay guys, let's go. Like I think Wendy was like, hey guys, let's go, and also let's get out of here and save the world. And all of a sudden Dipper's like, oh wait, no, hold on, I gotta take care of something first. And she goes, hey Dippy Fresh, your hat's on backwards. He goes, what? No, it isn't. All of a sudden Dipper like snaps Dippy Fresh's neck and he goes, yeah, it is.
What the hell? I didn't remember seeing this on Tumblr.
It was so weird. It was some really weird comic, but I thought it was really hilarious.
Oh my god. I'll never do that to Dippy Fresh. She's too precious.
Yeah, until, you know, he turned into an evil, demonic being and tried to keep them locked inside Mabel Land for eternity.
It's not like he had a choice.
Well, I mean, you know who did have a choice? Zyler and Kraz, those two really, really, really bright teenage boys from the 80s. I still don't understand that. Like, at the end of it, they became sentient beings, which I thought was pretty funny for some reason.
Yeah.
But either way, it's definitely one hell of a show to think that, you know, not only will they just add these characters that'll stay in our hearts and give us the warm fuzzies, but it'll also kind of toy to those places that we don't really want to go to. I mean, when you think about cartoons, you think about places, you know, you want to get away from your problems, yet Gravity Falls is the kind of show that makes you feel about your problems. It's like it
reminds me of my childhood.
I don't know, for me Gravity Falls, it's like you want to get away from your problems, but for this show it sits you down with your problems and says, make the fuck up.
Pretty much.
But anyway, for the last part of the show, the third part of Weirdmageddon definitely really hit home when it just starts to, you know, realize they just for the fact that you save someone and you do something good for them. I mean, it's like, I don't know. I guess after everything we got to go through with Stan, they just got to push him to the back for the most of season 2. I mean, he goes through all this trouble in the first season. He gets arrested by the FBI, and he nearly kills everyone in town to save his own brother. And then towards most of season 2, he kind of gets pushed to the background.
Well, I don't even think he's really that much in the background.
Not like the background, but in the first season, a lot of stories kind of revolved around him and the kids. But then once his cool brother, who, you know, is the author of the journals, comes in, all of a sudden they're just like, you know, oh, you know what the heck, man, we could just go ahead and talk about him more because we want to know about his story.
Oh, well, yeah, they kind of have to do that.
But that was the beauty about it, because that was actually Alex's plan from the beginning, because, you know, they had to realize that despite the fact that everyone says Stan's good for nothing, a con artist, he, you know, has no real purpose, they still he had a big purpose to play, and he was willing to give everything up for his family.
Just him burning in flames, I was not expecting, like, I just knew Stan was going to die. It just seemed obvious to me, because he had been faking his death, and it'd be foreshadowing how people thought his brother died, so it was a bit obvious for me. But when they showed him not having his memory and him being a vegetable, that's what I was not expecting.
Yeah, I definitely, like, okay, I'm gonna be honest. When I saw that scene, I immediately knew they weren't who they were. I immediately picked it out and thought, no, they switched places. They pulled the old switcheroo. I knew it, but I did not expect the way that happened, which I thought was, like, seriously, like, it was heartbreaking. I mean, the fact that a white void with just one room, he's sitting there, you know, and he just gives everything up, and the big epic punch to Bill at the end, like that satisfying thing, that was something pretty awesome. A lot of people can go in and be the hero and, like, you know, literally die, but the fact that he went in, gave everything up and put up the final fight for everyone was just something really awesome.
Yeah, he's my favorite character.
Yeah, he is pretty great. And in that interview I did see with Alex Hirsch, he stated that all the fans were the ones who expected him to die. He never said anyone was gonna die.
He made a thing on his Twitter, something about him hinting that somebody's not gonna make it.
Well, I mean, I think maybe he could have been talking about Bill, because let's face it, Alex is a pretty big troll.
I know.
I mean, do you remember whenever he posted that fake picture of McGucket being the author of the journal?
Yeah. Never forget that day.
That was the beauty of it, though. This guy knew what he was doing. He was throwing around, and he was screwing with us to keep his series pure. He wanted to make sure that leaks weren't given. He wanted to make sure that things were made surprising all the way till the end. And this guy did a great job with that.
My goal in life is to be just as manipulative as him. Or meet him. Why can't I just...
One of those are a little more reasonable.
What happened?
One of those are pretty reasonable. The other one's just outright sadistic.
To meet Alex? What's not right about that?
That's not what I was talking about. Anyway, honestly though, my favorite part of the whole Weirdmageddon thing had to have been that really, really, really funny moment whenever, well, that first off, the awesome road chase scene between Dipper and Wendy and all of Gideon's minions. And then when they're jumping through the bubbles of chaos, and that one moment where Dipper and Wendy jump through the bubbles and they turn into anime, and then they turn into live-action versions of themselves.
That was one clusterfuck.
That was awesome.
I love this. I was not expecting that either.
I wasn't either, especially how often they actually referenced anime, and also those two who played the live-action Dipper and Wendy were actually Jason Ritter and
Yeah, that I know.
Yeah, I thought that was really awesome. That's how dedicated these people were to the show. The best thing I noticed, how often they actually referenced anime in the show too. That's very rare for any American cartoon to actually say anime. Like I find it rare in any show to actually say the word anime. Like as if everywhere in Hollywood and in the TV land do not recognize anime as a thing. And yet, Seuss outright says it, McGucket says it, and you know how funny it is to hear an old hillbilly man say the word anime?
Like, what's anime?
He's like, what's anime? I mean, I want to go around now and find a countryman and like in my area and just have them say, hey, do you watch anime? And like have them say, like record them saying, what's anime? And then make that my phone ringtone.
I feel like a lot of shows these days are like more anime-ish stuff that they're doing. Steven Universe, Rebecca, I'm looking at you. Fucking weeb.
Well, actually, a lot of it's funny. Someone said that, oh wow, the first generation weebs are now in charge. They're having kids and they're making our TV now.
I saw that on Tumblr and everything.
Yeah, it's true though. It's really true and it's amazing. And man, I don't know. This show was definitely a treat. It was unlike any other, and I am truly. It saddens me to think that we're not gonna ever see new episodes or even see reruns on Disney anymore. I don't even know if
I'm
we
not
will.
sure they'll put reruns.
I hope so. It was an amazing show. Although I was really pissed off the one time I went to Disney World. I think season 2 had just or was about to premiere, and there was no Gravity Falls, nothing. At Disney World. Yeah,
they need to add stuff. We need a gimmick shop of the Mystery Shack.
I would love that more than anything, but it annoyed me so much that as I went to Disney World of all places, they didn't even sell any merch. I walked around Disney World the whole week wearing my Dipper Pines hat, and I got maybe 1 or 2 compliments on it, but no one said anything.
You know, I feel like you told me this story. I think like my first semester in college.
I did, but I didn't tell these people. I didn't tell them.
Oh right, I'm so sorry.
Good job, Nessa.
Sorry, I forgot. I forgot this was JellyBonez. I thought we were just talking to each other.
Oh my god, you fuck. Either way, though, man, I hope whatever Alex Hirsch does next will just be amazing as well.
Dipper and Mabel leaving out of Gravity Falls hit me hard so badly because it made me thought of me and my brother leaving North Carolina. That's why I was obsessed with
Oh.
Gravity Falls in the beginning. It reminded me when I was little with my brother, how we visited North Carolina. I was such a
You know,
Mabel when I was younger. I was so energized and girly and fluffy, and now look what happened to me. I want to lie
yeah, no,
down and die.
it's like the world just kind of punched you in the boob, didn't it?
Yeah. Knocking out them double D's. Regardless. Next. I don't know why I said that.
Anyway, you know, I guess if we're gonna talk about relation to Gravity Falls characters, I think if I were to actually relate to a Gravity Falls character, I'd probably relate somewhere between Seuss and Wendy, because as Seuss, I always felt I was kind of I feel like now I am an awkward guy.
You are an awkward guy.
I am an awkward guy, and I take pride in that. I love anime, and you know, I am a big man child. Like on my birthday, which also, let me say thanks to everyone who said happy birthday and gave me great birthday wishes. Thanks, you guys. That made my birthday awesome. And for those of you who don't know, I made 21. So
You're 21?
yeah, I'm 21.
Oh.
And again, thanks to all you guys for that. But I'm like a big man child. I have my responsibilities, but you know, I still have a habit of hanging around little kids because I like to. I'm not. No, fuck. I like to kind of make sure that kids are doing good. Kind of like how Wendy was. How she was always chose to hang around with Dipper and Mabel because they were cool kids.
Why the fuck would you take your time to spend with children? They're annoying as fuck.
Oh, well, not children. Like young teens. They are really annoying, and I look back and think, was I like this as a kid? Yeah, I was annoying as a kid. But at the same time, I see that kids can actually be pretty cool. Like, I got to meet this one kid. He was maybe 13 or 14 years old. He was writing a screenplay. And I thought, damn, that's so cool, man. Thank God I did not just say what, damn, Daniel.
No, I don't like wasting my time with children. Not like I'm anything special. It's just I just can't stand being with children or anything.
It's an acquired thing, and I guess sometimes you have to look past it. You will see, like, for every one good, cool kid, you'll see a bunch of really loud, obnoxious kids who you would think, why has their parent not tied them up and put them outside and beat them with a rubber hose until they learn how to fucking act like a human being?
Yeah, seems like something I would just do in general. That's why I should never have kids. I'll probably get arrested. Yeah. I can't deal with that shit. I don't know.
But,
it's just I can't.
But that's just how I see, like, now I still think that, you know, there's potential in kids and they could actually be cool at some point.
If they try really hard.
Yeah, if they try really hard, and if they kiss my feet, I just might give them, you know, positive attention instead of looking down on them like the little shits they are.
Positive attention for them kissing your ass? You're not even all that special.
I said feet. Fuck off.
It was a term. I wasn't really meant kissing your ass. It was a metaphor, some shit, whatever you call it.
I think it's a simile.
I'm exhausted.
I don't know. I guess this show was really exhausting.
Yeah, it was such a... I don't even know how to explain it. It was a nice ride.
It was a hell of a ride. It was great. And I think the best message about the show was just that...
Love your family.
Love your family. Find the people who are close to you and just be yourself. That was one big thing. Be yourself.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this. I really, I was not expecting Seuss to be the head of the Mystery Shack.
That was a great ending for that guy. That guy.
He does so much shit.
He was great. Seuss was great.
All the shit he had to go through.
Yeah, I mean, Seuss endured a lot, but at the same time, you know, he was an awkward guy. He had his problems. No matter how happy, he was always just that go-lucky guy to help you out. And then how dedicated he was to his job that he just loved. And then it paid off, you know?
I mean, see Stan as a father figure. He looks up to him. It's so adorable.
And it just goes back to the whole theme of find the people that you love. Find the people that, you know, care about you, that you care about as well. And, you know, just be the best about it.
I just never thought they were going to foreshadow it in the early episode of him getting the job.
Did they? What?
Yeah, they foreshadowed it. Of Seuss getting the head of the Mystery Shack.
Oh yeah, they did, didn't
When he put on that hat looking at the mirror, he was like, someday.
they? Yeah, someday, dudes. Someday you can be as cool as me.
My back hurts.
Zeus.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. But either way, I just have to say, if there was one thing I could ever say to someone like Alex Hirsch or to any of these people now, I just want to say thank you, Alex, for making such a really epic show and giving us such memorable and fun characters and just taking us on a fun ride.
Yes. Is
Yes,
he married?
Alex, I don't, maybe?
Shame.
Anyway, no, but I definitely want to say thank you, Alex Hirsch, you crazy bastard, for making this epic show and for making me feel these emotions that I thought I could never feel again.
That's a little over-exaggerated, but yes. Thank you for making Gravity Falls. Oh yeah, and thank you for making those two Costa Cannon couple. I forgot. That was one of my favorite things.
That was definitely some like they made sure that they were heard. They made sure that that shit happened. Oh man, you know, this show was revolutionary, and I hope that other animators and creators just take a page from this. You know, word pun there, canon pun there.
I don't get it.
Page journals.
Oh.
Yeah.
Ah.
But either way, I hope other animators just take notes and just really start to realize that people love cartoons, and cartoons aren't just for kids. They're not stupid, and that they aren't a waste of time. That, in fact, if anything, cartoons can reach people just as effectively as anything else could.
Word. You were talking so much, and you sound really smart. I don't know how to add on to that.
Just say what you're thinking.
I don't know.
What do you like Gravity Falls?
You said everything. You said it perfectly. What else can I add to that? It was basically what I wanted to say.
You could not draw a smut of characters from Gravity Falls in respect for the show?
I never draw porn of Gravity Falls, but maybe they might try it one day.
Oh my god.
I mean, Wendy's legal. Oh, no, she's not. I keep thinking she's 18. She's 15.
Bust.
Damn it.
Bust.
I always like Uncle Stan, though, so.
Oh my god, don't you dare.
No. Maybe. But I can't draw dicks well.
Maybe just draw him wearing a Foxy Grandpa shirt or something.
But who knows? Maybe I would draw porn of Wendy.
Age up the characters, I don't know.
No promises after the show, because I don't want to fucking draw right now. I'm tired of shit.
Either way, though, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope, just like we did, I hope you guys had a memorable time with Gravity Falls. And honestly, whatever Alex Hirsch does next, which I did hear he's
working on something.
For Fox, actually, and it's going to be like a more adult show, so it can actually cross over with Rick and Morty.
Yeah, he has freedom now.
Yes. But, you know, either way, whatever he does, I'm totally going to be up for it, and I hope there's going to be a lot more Rick and Morty crossovers. I hope that
Still waiting for that season.
Oh, just relax. It's better. It's just like Gravity Falls. It's better he takes his time. Otherwise, we're gonna get shit like, you know, the later episodes of Adventure Time.
Or just Adventure Time as a whole.
Adventure Time wasn't bad. It's lost its flair. It needs to take a knee now while it still can.
No, it needs to take a stabbing.
But either way, guys, we hope you enjoyed. Please follow, like, subscribe, share, all that beautiful stuff. You beautiful bastards.
You're not beautiful. Ace is lying.
Yeah, I am.
I can just tell from your voice.
I just want people to like me. But either way, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope that you guys had just as fun of a time with this show as we did. And before we go, I just want to know, who is your favorite Gravity Falls character? You know, who do you think you relate to the best? And are there any other types of shows that you think should get a proper ending? Or, you know, how would you have ended this show? Could you have thought of a better ending? Tell us in the comments or send us messages, and we'll be glad to hear them and probably even reply to them in the next video. So please, guys, talk to us, because we're listening.
Sometimes I'm listening.
Actually, I rarely check the comments. I just kind of you know.
I'm
sit
usually the
there.
one responding to the comments.
Yeah.
And then there's you responding on your main account instead of the actual channel account with your fucking uncapitalized piece of shit letters.
Fuck off.
I hate the way you type. I'm sorry.
Shut the fuck up. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed. Comment, subscribe. I've said that like too many times already.
Yeah, I'm getting sick of it. Let's end this. Bye.
Yeah. Hold on, let's do a proper one. Until next time, guys, keep up the mystery.
Bye.